Hi guys, I'm here. Sorry, I need to get coffee. Give me one more second. Okay. Okay. Let me retrieve my earphone. Hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I cleared that. Hold on. Let me do this. There we go. Wanted to make sure our tasks from last time were cleared out. I think I actually want this camera to be angled a little differently. I didn't realize how far over it was until just now. As you see, I didn't do a great job preparing today. Today was a little hectic. Hope you guys are doing well. I had a tattoo appointment today, so I just got back and ate dinner and did all those good things. And now we're here to do some work. I have a project due soon. Too soon. The project is due very soon. So it's gonna be a little rough, but that's why we have a work session today, and hopefully we will make some good progress is my hope. But I hope you guys brought some stuff to do. Maybe you have some stuff to do yourself. We will be doing hello cat, please do not do that to me. The cat says we will be doing cat time. You're so right. Unfortunately, Spectrum isn't the issue this time. It's my inability to fucking focus for periods ever. I really just don't want to do this project, to be quite honest. And it's not, I don't think it'll be incredibly difficult once I decide what I want to do, but it's more just like I need to do background. It's like the project itself is like I have to decide a problem in the field and then propose a solution. So like the issue is that I need to find a problem and come up with a solution. So it's like very conceptual on my part. But once I like come up with it, the slides will come really easy. Like I can write those fast. It's just like coming up with it. So I have ideas. I've been tossing around ideas for a couple weeks now, but it's more a matter of just like doing it and doing the research and deciding what I want to do. So that's what we're doing today. It really is very vague. And it was in fact so vague that like a lot of people in my department misinterpreted the project because it was so vague. So I don't feel as bad by being like kind of blocked on this where I don't know what to do. But like a bunch of people misinterpreted it because they didn't understand what she was asking for because it's actually too much to ask for a first quarter student. Yeah. So that's where I'm at is like I need to like decide what a problem in the field is. So I need to know enough to critique something in the field and then know enough to propose a solution. I don't have to implement the solution. That's for my final at the end of the year, but like that's for my my big exam at the end of this year, but like I do need to come up with something I think is like a problem in the field, and that's kind of my issue is like I have many things that I don't like, but not a lot of things I have solutions for, if that makes sense. I have a lot of stuff that I want to run tests on, but not stuff I have like a software solution for, if that makes sense. So that's the subtlety that I'm kind of trying to juggle the line of like I want to do a critique rather than do a solution. But I need to toe the line between the two. Like I need to be just critical enough, but also make it seem like I'm selling them a solution. Because I don't really want to solve a problem personally. I would like to actually talk shit. I want to talk my shit. So that's the issue, is I don't really want to do what they're asking me to do. So I'm gonna toe the line. It's not runtime analysis. My thought is I'm gonna I'm gonna say that something has a conceptual problem that hasn't been addressed, and I'm going to propose benchmarking measures to kind of address that conceptual weakness. Like I'm gonna basically try to say like, oh, I shouldn't have scratched there. I'm gonna try to say that I have that there's a conceptual problem and that I'm going to benchmark, and that's my solution, is making sure that we have benchmarked so that the thing works properly. So anyways, that's the angle I'm going for. It's just a very difficult angle to argue, which is why I haven't done it yet. I still need to work on it. And then also I got tattooed today, so let me see if I can show you guys some of it. Jovi, no. It's behind my shoulder. Hold on. Don't mind the actual blood at the bottom. It's a fresh tattoo. But that's my new shoulder tattoo. That I got done literally hours ago. Yeah. So it is time for us to do some research and for me to come up with an idea, and then tomorrow I'll probably write the slides. And then I have to present it at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock on Thursday, so I have a little bit of time. And it's not great, but I'm not in the worst situation ever. It's not that bad yet. If I don't come up with an idea by the end of tonight, it may be a little bad. No. Jovi, no. I'm just making my project document, and then we're gonna actually start. Let me see. So the last thing I wanted to do is so it'll be like this. If you guys want to add your own tasks to our to-do list, like that is how you do it. If you ever forget, the command is there so that you guys can remember. But that is how you will work our to-do list. I will be adding my own stuff on my own to-do list, but if you would like to work along with us, you can add your tasks to that part of the to-do list. Besides that, the Pomodors are gonna be 25, so it'll be 20 minutes on, 5 minutes off, but at my discretion, because we kind of tend to yap a little bit, but that's part of the fun, you know what I mean? Squirrel Girl Overwatch? What do you mean? What is that? I missed something clearly. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not playing Marvel Rivals, don't worry. I'm good. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna mute. As always, if you guys want to talk, you are free to chat via text chat, but since I don't like being talked at when I'm working out loud, verbally, I won't talk while you guys are working. So if you want to, speak, obviously, chat's still available to you, but I will not be talking out loud up until our timer's done. So we're gonna start. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to our break. Hope you guys had a good work session. Sorry if you hear me owing and ouching. My shoulder's a little sore. I'm a little fresh. Hope you guys are doing well. Tim, I was thinking about the same thing. Actually, because I don't find the arguments for pseudo time to be super interesting because I feel like they're so obvious. Because it's like, of course, the shitty thing doesn't work. But maybe it isn't as obvious. So I'm gonna look into both. I was thinking about differential gene expression. I was also thinking about a different tool for like differential gene expression. I guess it just feels kind of. Anyways, sorry for everybody who's coming back to me yapping about work. I'm debating my topic for my project still, because I'm debating my topic. I don't know what I want to do yet. I heard that. But here's the thing is if I argue that cell types aren't useful for analysis, I could get myself in trouble. I'm just upset that you guys had already tested my number one great idea that I had a couple weeks ago because it was in fact such a great idea that you guys have already done it. Or like the other great idea, which would be to have an unbiased cell annotation tool, which we also have already done because it was a great idea, you know? I think you just need to lock the cube, Tim. I'm reading the messages now. I have to agree with Kane on this, though. But yeah, so got tattooed today. I see. Let's get a physical another look. Can't you lock the door? Can you not lock the door and then close it? I see. We could also just look for a key. Or like get like one of those physical locks that you can get on Amazon when you're traveling and you don't want people breaking into your room. But I agree with Kane, just tell her off. I know it's hard for you, but this is a good thing for you to learn. Also, for those of you who are just here and wanted to see the tattoo, that sucks, and I want it to be locked. Here is the new tattoo. Oh. It peeled up. Here's the tattoo. There you go. On my shoulder. I may need help putting that back on from somebody else that isn't me. It like peeled. But I think we leave the amount. Hold on. Trying to stick it back down. I didn't realize it rolled up so much. There we go. It's nothing in particular. It's just a design that I liked that my tattoo artist wanted to do. It's just like a circle with like some abstract stuff going through it. It was mostly that she wanted to do it and I wanted it. Therefore, it happened. It had no meaning. It has no meaning. I'm not the kind of person that believes tattoos need to have meaning. It's not supposed to be anything in particular. It's just something that looks cool. Yeah. So it's... I can show you the mock-up she made yesterday. That might help. Because I'd like to stop squirming around now. It kind of hurts when I do that. This is the mock-up that she made last night where it's like, there we go. There you go. You can kind of see it. It's like a line, like a squiggly line through a circle. I just like how it looks on my shoulder. That's all. There's nothing to it. There's really nothing to it. But my tattoo artist wanted to do it, and I wanted to have it, so here we are. Let me look at DGE, Tim. Something on my keyboard. That's not DGE. There's no need for that's where the other shoulder is going to be the rest of my arm piece, the one that I already have going. It's in here. I have to think about that. I have to think about how Wilcox and Rinksum testing doesn't work. That's why I'm doing research right now. Because I trust you, it's just I don't exactly know how to explain it. Oh, is it because they're non-independent, like, situations? Like, having high expression in something is not independent of having high expression in something else? But then I have to propose a solution, Tim. The issue is I don't just get a shit on something, I have to propose a solution too. That's the project. And my solution is top secret currently. Yeah. I know that's the solution currently. By the way, I'm not starting the timer yet, and I'm still talking just because I'm actually talking about work, and I'm still thinking, so I don't feel like I'm cheating our break out of us. Yeah, because, I mean, it's just... I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. If I get into dimensionality reduction, it gets touchy. It's just I really don't care about pseudo time enough. And it's more that I don't... I guess the problem is I don't want to shit on pseudo time because I think it's so obvious, but it's not obvious to most people, it's just obvious to me, I guess. It needs to be semi-feasible. I don't have to do it. I just have to propose it. I mean, half of everybody's ideas were do machine learning, do machine learning, do machine learning. That was every other project I listened to. So. Also, while we are switching, I actually found out that the chill hop that we listen to, because I like chill hop and you guys are on my stream, so you have to listen to what I want to listen to, has the winter mix out. So we're actually gonna switch over from the fall mix to the winter mix because it came out today. And I love their mixes. I switch them every season. So we're in the winter mix now. This is the winter 2024 chill hop mix, which I'm very excited about. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna start our work session as always. If you'd like to add tasks. Oh, it got put away. The pin like disappeared, so we're gonna repin it. Sometimes this get weird. Every person in biology is like, what if I solved every problem with machine learning? And then they don't think about what problem they're solving and how machine learning really solves it or not. They just say that. And that's been every presentation I've listened to for the past 2 weeks. So I'm just trying to do not that currently. I'm thinking about it. Okay. So that's how we add chat tasks. If you'd like to add a task, just a reminder, you can change your chat color, your task color, the channel points. There's a redeem for it. And while we are doing the work session, I will shut the fuck up. I don't like people talking to me when I'm trying to do work, and I assume you guys don't like the same. If you want to speak and chat, that is obviously text chat is still available to you. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up for the next 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, that's the end of that work block. Let me start our break block. So just to clarify, sorry, you came in during like the end of a work block. What I meant was, so we were doing, when you asked at first, I took it as you were asking how the stream was working. Basically, we were doing like mixed work and like study blocks and like hangout blocks where we're talking. So this is currently a talking block. Um, and then in terms of what I'm getting done myself, I have a project due in about 2 days that I'm trying to decide a topic for. Are you talking about in terms of how many Pomodoros I do? Or in terms of like progress on my project? Or right now I'm aiming to at least decide on a topic and like have some preliminary research for that topic done, and then I need to finish my slides tomorrow. The project is due on Thursday. But it's like very presentation based, so I have a little bit of time. Or like it shouldn't be too difficult to like put together. I just need to decide what I want to do. In terms of Pomodoros, like how many work blocks we do, that depends on how much I get done in each work block. We do more if I need to get more done. We do less if I need to do less. It's probably going to be on the longer side today because I am not close to done. We're done with our second Pomodoro block and I haven't fully decided my topic yet. I'm still doing research and kind of deciding. Because it's a kind of a difficult project to do, like topic wise. Got it. Okay. I'm currently thank you. That helps. I just wasn't sure of what the direction of your question was. I'm in a PhD program and I do research and like teaching and stuff like that, and I'm going for professorship in the long run. But I'm in my first year of PhD, so I gotta finish my PhD before I get any kind of job. But these are my classes before I get to just do research. So first 2 years I have to take classes, then I do research and work on my like dissertation work, my thesis work, stuff like that, and then I finish that, and that's when I'm done with my PhD. And then after that, I'm doing bioinformatics. So I do computational biology basically. So a little bit of biology, a little bit of coding. So it's gonna be a little bit of biology, a little bit of coding, a little bit of math. Yeah. So I'm currently working on a project related to sorry. I'm currently working on a project just related to my major where I have to come up with a topic in the field that I think is like um basically something that has a problem, and I have to propose a solution. I don't have to do it. I just have to propose a solution, but the difficulty is doing enough research to find a problem in the field. But yeah. So for right now we're on a break block, and then once the break is over, it's back to hello, welcome in. Um yeah, I have a project due, so that's where we're at. Thank you. I actually just got a tattoo today. I'll show it to you when I come in next. Um I mean, it just depends on what you're doing with it. Whether you need the Krebs cycle or not depends on your work. For me, I do care about biological processes and cycles like that. I'm not particularly interested in metabolism, but I do research on cell signaling and like protein interactions, and that's kind of part of my interest. So that's stuff that interests me. Um, but yeah, so whether you need biochem or not depends on your field. But if you're just doing like general biology, even though they make you take it, I generally don't think it's that useful. It just really depends on like what you want to study later on. But in general, having a base level knowledge of like what's going on in a couple of different systems, or like most of the biological systems, is not a bad thing. So it can help you make inferences and decisions about other stuff that you're doing later. So like for example, I may kind of implicitly apply some of my knowledge about like the Krebs cycle or other things to some of my research essentially. Yeah, I mean, metabolism is pretty important. You're not going to need to know exactly what like molecules are involved all the time, but like also it's kind of good to know because you never know if like you need to understand the Krebs cycle and like certain pieces of metabolism to understand metabolic defects, or like why somebody might be having like issues with metabolism. Like for example, if somebody was having a disease that was caused by metabolic slowdown or like metabolic issues, and you understand the Krebs cycle, you could also create and other metabolic cycles. You can, create medicines that interact with that better, that can like work with that. So that's my opinion. I think it's good to know more, especially if you're in medicine. I feel like the Krebs cycle is kind of important. But I do get it. Like I was actually pre-med for a bit. I studied for the MCAT, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know any of this biochemistry, but it feels irrelevant, but it's always better to know a little bit more. Yeah. And the other thing about med school is like a lot of it was conceptualized back in a time where there was not the internet, and like you couldn't easily access large bases of knowledge, like check things really quickly. So like a lot of those things are kind of set in stone in a way where you like have to memorize these things just because they've done it historically in the field, and because in the past you wouldn't be able to like open Google and Google the Krebs cycle, right? So it's a little stuck, it's a little dated, but There is some value to it. I don't think it's like incredible value, but I think it's more value than learning trajectory physics for going to med school. Yeah. I mean, you don't use all of it. It's just like, it depends on what kind of field you're going into too. There's like certain parts of the field that will definitely be more biochemically important. But if you're just working like as a regular GP, that's one thing. But like if you're working on certain other pieces that have systems where you do need to know biochemistry, like smaller systems, that would be where it'd be useful. But I'm not defending it, but I'm also not saying you don't need to know it. If you're going to med school. If you're like not going to med school, that's a separate issue. Like I don't need biochemistry that much, but I still like, I'm still glad I know it. The main thing that bothers me is the fact that they teach physics in a way that like doesn't make any sense. Like the fact that I have to learn about physical trajectories and stuff like that, and like trajectory, like, you know, like shooting a ball off a roof or whatever, when a lot of the stuff is really useful would be like fluid dynamics and like diffusion dynamics and stuff like that for like cell work. Kind of pisses me off, but you know. Yeah, I got it. I don't think you have to here. I think you can choose a specialty and not be like a GP, but that makes sense to me too. I think it's not that bad of a thing because it's good to have like general experience, but I could see that getting frustrating because like for me, I was only interested in neurology at the time. So like if I had to do GP then neurology, I would have been like, I don't want to deal with everybody's common colds. So. But yeah. I'm currently trying to find a part of bioinformatics to critique. That's fine, Bliss. This is also very scientific and me kind of like talking very quickly and very lightly on a bunch of topics. Like I'm not explaining clearly because I'm kind of jumping really fast. But currently I'm just trying to decide on, yeah, I just don't care personally. So I sympathize. It's the biology app podcast, Artemis. Radiology is super cool. I like radiology. I personally really wanted to do neurology for a bit, but then I just decided that like medical school in the US was not for me. Like I just wouldn't have survived it. It's not built to be very accessible. I don't think I would have. I have fatigue problems that are pretty intense. I'm chronically ill, so like you have to work long hours that aren't really sustainable, especially in medical school. So I'm pretty happy with my life choices, going to PhD instead. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm just not going to be that kind of doctor. And then now I get a yap about science and math, which I enjoy. Yeah. I'm currently trying to decide on, just before I start my next work block, for those of you who are just coming in, I'm trying to decide what to do for a project that's due in a day or two, where basically I have to analyze, I have to find something in the field that I think is in my field that I think is a problem and then propose a solution. But like, it's such a hard project because we're literally first quarter of first year. So it's like, if I could decide what a problem in the field was and propose a solution right now, would I be fucking in this program? Like I would have my degree, bitch. Like I thought you were gonna train me. So I'm a little mad about it, obviously. I'm still mad about it. Almost nobody has done the project very well because it's such a stupid project. But I'm determined to do it better out of spite. Yeah. I mean, that makes radiology nice. I like radiology because I think, or like what I find interesting about it is like the image processing aspect of it. Like since I'm in like a little bit of biotechnology, bioinformatics stuff, like the concept of like using, like doing image recognition on that, I think is really cool, but that's just me. Oh yeah, that is a good question. Is it difficult? Hi Capri, welcome in. I will take the hydrate. My posture is pretty okay. And I will take the stretch, but I'm only going to do it with one arm because the other one just got tattooed, so. It's just going to be this arm that gets stretched. The other shoulder I think needs to stay still. The tattoo is already, like, the second skin is already peeling off a little bit in a way that I wasn't anticipating. And I will take the hydrate as well. But yeah, I'm I'm debating between, ideally I would really want to critique like what Tim was talking about, differential gene expression stuff. But I don't have a proposed solution for that. So it's easier to pick on something that's like more faulty, I think, because then I can propose a solution easier. Because I have a solution to DGE analysis, but like nobody's gonna want to listen to it. I didn't know nuclear imaging. Oh, yeah, it would. Because it would have to be with like radiation probably, right? That is cool. I feel like nuclear imaging is fairly popular here, but maybe I'm going crazy. I could just propose permutation testing, but I think that then the issue is that that gets too close to our actual research that I do. And I'm trying to be very careful to toe the line between revealing what we're working on or not. Because we're really not supposed to at this moment. TLDR, my current research is a little sensitive, so I'm not supposed to kind of reveal what we're working on. I'm trying to lay my second skin back down on my tattoo and it's not working. I did do that. I did. What is your name turning into? I'm scared. What's going on? What the fuck? I didn't know you did this. I mean, we should come up with new stuff for this. We can talk about it. I already sent you my options for Discord profile pic changes, but we should talk about that. We can also use the ones from last year if we're poor. Live, laugh, lasagna. You're so right. Popular as people do scans and pesticides. Got it. I didn't know that it wasn't that big. I kind of had a feeling that a lot of people did nuclear imaging, but I mean, I'm always for functional readouts. Like functional readouts in biology, getting us closer to the actual biology is what I care about the most. Kane, can you come up with one to change my name to? I feel lonely now. Live, laugh, lasagna is crazy. Thank you, Kane. This is very important. This is mission critical. Oh, Tim can yap to you about antimatter. Okay. I know we are all having a lovely time talking, but we're one behind. I'm going to stop my personal yap out loud, and I'm gonna start I'm gonna start working on my project again. Obviously, of course, you guys are welcome to yap and chat still, and I will still be responding via text, but I will not be talking out loud, just because I'll be like working. We'll be in a work block. And I personally don't like it when people talk when I'm working because I have autism. Sorry, because I get very easily distracted. Versus like, so I will mute and we can talk via text chat just so you can work in peace and etc, etc. Oh, I didn't know that was what the P was for in PET scan. Good to know. is the end of our work block. I'm getting a little closer to deciding what I want to do for my project. I hope you guys were able to make a little progress on something. I got my brain noggin working thinking about transcription translation. Um, so we're in our little break section right now. I'm close to deciding what I want to do. It's more just coming up with a mental picture of everything together. That's the issue here. Again, it's like I need to do the research and decide what I want, and that's what the work is right now. Okay. All I'm saying, and what I was trying to articulate via text, is the burstiness of transcription is not related to the individual transcripts. It has no like the individual transcripts and proteins are fine. It has to do with the frequency of their transcription and the size of the overall populations and stuff like that. That's what the burstiness has to do with, because it's like the rate at which transcription is happening for each of those things. It has no effect on the proteins themselves. We still see proteins. It's just that the way and rate at which they are being produced is maybe different than we thought. It doesn't happen at a constant time. Therefore, a linear term in a differential equation can't always describe that. That's all that Tim and I were talking about. So my critique on the particular thing that I was thinking about was that they were using a really simplistic term to describe that transcription and translation. And so the term that they chose doesn't perhaps 100% encompass the biology. That's all. Yeah. That's all. It was literally just like, I was looking at a differential equation and I was looking at the term and I was like, it's kind of weird that that's a linear term when it could be nonlinear. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just thinking about like, I'm trying to decide because basically one of the things I was doing research on and deciding if I wanted to do my critique on that is related to, they make assumptions. So it is a method of data analysis related to scRNA-seq where they try to estimate the rate at which RNA is being spliced, which is when basically splicing is when you go from like the unfinished transcript, so like the thing that you take off, like the direct copy, the DNA, and then you cut it up a little bit, paste it back together, and then that's the thing that turns into a protein. That's called splicing. And they use a particular differential equation to model that splicing in this particular method. And I was just stating that I thought the differential equation that they were using was rather unsophisticated and didn't match the current understanding of the underlying biology, because it has a linear term for the inflow of like transcript, which it seems like a very nonlinear process, and then it also has a linear outflow on the end of the for RNA degradation. So like that's also kind of concerning because like RNA degradation isn't necessarily a linear process either, and I don't know if they fully, it doesn't seem like they account for some complexity in terms of like RNA degradation isn't just the same rate for everything. It depends on like the transcript length and stuff like that, because like longer transcripts are more unstable and they get degraded faster. So there's some stuff with transcript stability that's not linear and is not the same between different genes, for example. So my concern was just that they were using the same terms for every gene. So that's something I was thinking about. I need to double check if that's really how they use it and if they don't check parameters, but also I don't think they would. You cannot. So that's one of the things about biology is like there's ways to kind of measure some of it, but like you can't measure everything. And you would have to basically have an experimental method that allows you to tag either you would have to have an experimental procedure that allows you to tag degradation rate, or like something like that. And that would be on the like biochemical design side, not on like the computational side like I do. It could be possible. I think the way that you would measure it depends on what you want to measure, but if you're trying to measure like, for example, degradation rate, you could try to have a target a process where you like target the activity of the thing that degrades the proteins, but also that doesn't account for like natural degradation of the protein just falling apart. So it would be difficult. Yeah. And that's the other thing is like for small molecules like RNA, you never know, like, yes, you can kind of measure some things, but you never know if your measurement of that thing is actually going to affect your observation of it. It's the concept of like, if you know a little bit about, oh my God, Schrodinger's principle is the idea that our observation of something changes the process itself. So like the idea that when we observe something like a molecule, we're actually changing its behavior. So by adding a tag or trying to create a biological screen for that, we could also be affecting the dynamics of it implicitly by tagging it with this big thing and making it move slower or something like that. So it's not as easy of a problem as you think. And it's not about the size of it, because we're not looking, you cannot visualize a single molecule like of RNA, for example, floating through a cell. We don't have the capabilities to do that, like on imaging or anything like that. It just, you have to get a little clever, but then also there's a lot of questions about when you're trying to observe this thing, if it changes the function of it itself. Actually going to do research from med school is super doable. Yeah. As Tim is saying, like it's usually pretty easy to kind of move yourself into a research-based field. If you're interested in like physics and chemistry, like you could move into biomedical kind of stuff, biomedical engineering, biochemistry, stuff like that. And that's more kind of like on the biochemical properties, dynamics of biochemistry, stuff like that. We have somebody who was in our chat just recently, Artemis, she's in our lab and she does wet lab work and she works on the assembly of the proteasome, currently in non-eukaryotes, like in bacteria, but they do proteasome assembly, which is the thing, the barreled thing that like breaks down proteins, and they work on trying to track and model it's like how it puts itself together essentially, which is super fucking cool. But what I'm trying to say is there's lots of ways to get involved, and if you're interested in like molecular dynamics and like tracking molecules and looking at assembly and stuff like that, there's ways to interrogate that. It just is all on the side of like wet lab experimental design. And for me, I always have hesitations about that, particularly also because I don't work in the wet lab, so I'm not well spoken on it. Yeah. So if you're interested in math, that's more what we do. So we do more math than anything else. We do mostly differential equation modeling, like modeling biological systems with systems of differential equations. I work on, and Tim works on too, like, mathematical distributions, data, that kind of stuff, but like in a very math focused way. So you can also move into biomath essentially if you're less interested in some of the biology and more in the math. So we do biomath. We are on the side of doing a little bit more math in our biology. Yeah, that was my thing, is like I actually really didn't, like, I wanted to do medicine, but then I realized that I don't care about like anatomy and physiology. I actually care about like the cellular processes that drive physiology more than I care about the larger scale like tissues and muscles and stuff like that, and like those kind of interactions. I care more about like, like for example, like the muscle tensing, like the way muscle tension works, like where there's like a binding and unbinding of like certain things and it slides past each other. That's way more interesting to me than like looking at a muscle or knowing what it's called. So that's part of how I realized I was in the wrong field and I shouldn't do medicine. I should do, biological research. So That's kind of where I'm at. That's if that's what you find interesting and you don't find like, you know, physiology and stuff interesting, you might be in the wrong wheelhouse essentially. For me, being interested in biochemistry and all these other things meant wanting to go into um, research. Also, it scammed us out of a Pomo again, so we're gonna add 2 more. So we just
Attention, we are being followed.
Thank
Shall
you
I
for the
dispatch
follow.
the
Welcome
welcoming
in, welcome
drones?
in. Yeah, I would say finish your medical degree because like that's always easy. Or sorry, not easy. I didn't mean easy. I meant it is easy to move from having a medical degree, easier to move from having a medical degree into research. So obviously finish what you're working on. But like you can go and do like MD research and like work on more on the research side. You can also go back and get a PhD or do MD PhD. Like, I mean, you can't really because you already did your MD, but you can go back and get a PhD and do more like research related stuff if that's what you find interesting. Because for me, it's all about biological processes that is interesting. I don't really care about like tissue level stuff. I mean, I do, but in a very specific way not in like a medicine treating your muscle degenerative disease. I find mechanisms really interesting. Yeah. So it's possible for you, as Tim said, it's really possible for you to transition from having an MD to going into research and having a PhD, or like not having a PhD, but doing research is definitely doable after having an MD. It's definitely not it shouldn't be impossible. Like once you have your MD, you shouldn't have to go back for a PhD right away. So you should be able to slip into doing research. It's just you wouldn't get the medical school pay, like you wouldn't get like the doctor big pay because you're doing research. So you have to just be aware that you're not going to get paid as much as you would probably get paid for being a straight up doctor. But I mean, there's doctors who get paid enough for research. I know one. The one who wrote the math class that we teach for gets paid plenty. I've checked his salaries because they're publicly available because he works for the state of California. So, but yeah. So again, I'm interested in signaling pathways, mechanisms, stuff like that. It's like that's my jam. So yeah. Tim's correct too. If they have fellowships available in your country, the whole point is that those are translational. So you apply to them, they pay you money, and you can kind of transition into a different field, do more research, etc., etc. It's doable. It's not like the most comfortable switch, obviously, if you were already comfy doing like medicine and like working on that. But like, if it's where your interest lies, then it's valuable and important to like transition. So, yeah. No, I'm aware you're not in the same country. I'm very well aware. I'm just saying that there are generally pipelines for doing so. You would have to check by country, but there's generally a mechanism for people with MDs to do research. Like that's not impossible because you have a doctorate, you just have a different doctorate, so you can still do research. It just might not be biomath research right away. You can start dipping your toes in a little bit in a close research topic, like more medical research, and then kind of start slowly moving towards what you want to once you kind of like establish your research base. I think it's possible. That's a good question that Tim has. I think I just came up with a good idea for my exam at the end of this year, but not a good idea for this project that I have to do now. I'm sure Croatia does clinical trials. You have to do clinical trials. Okay. I'm starting our timer. I'm gonna keep doing research. I will be available over text chat as usual. If you want to add a command, you can to our or a task to our to-do list. You can do this doing chat tasks. Like that. And I'm gonna start our timer so that and I'll be available over text chat. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Yes.
You'll be mine. Hope it's not. Hope it's not too late. I hope it's not too late. Good, you'll be mine. You'll be mine. 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 Good, you'll be mine. Good, you'll be mine. You'll be mine. Good, you'll be mine. You'll be mine. Good, you'll be mine. You'll be mine.
Okay, we are back from a work session. I'm thinking I might have my topic. If it sucks, I don't know. I don't fucking care anymore. I've decided I want to do this and I'm well equipped to critique this thing. So I'm gonna do it. I have multiple ways to do this thing. So it's not as complex as some of the other stuff I was gonna do, but it's in a field that I'm much more versed in. So I can yap a lot longer about it, and hopefully my professors know less about it so that they won't ask me questions. Because none of my professors do differential equation modeling, so I'm gonna do that and then tell them to shut the fuck up. because I was gonna use it as a way to yap at things, but this is actually a computational problem I can solve, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna start my break real quick, and I have to piss. I actually really have to fucking pee because this is full of coffee, and people have been hydrating me, so I gotta pee. So hold on. I will be back. Yeah. No, it's always yap time. No, it's yap time for me. This is break time is when I gotta yap. This is what you guys come here for, is to hear me yap. But now my current plan is to work on doing differential equation modeling and like optimizing that, because I can critique that very, very well, very easily. And likely they will not be able to say anything bad to me. So yeah, whatever. That's where I'm going. Hear me. I know that was longer than 5 minutes, but I really had to use the that was the extra time involved. Hello cat, bless you. Jove, come here. Wanna say hi? My cat's here, sneezing. Jovi. Try to get him to come up, hold on. Jove. Come on, Jovi. I know you're smarter than that. Well, maybe not. Come on, Jovi. Yeah. I see a little paw. He's trying. Jovi. Come on. You're so pitifully stupid. Come on. Jovi. Guys, I may have the world's dumbest cat. There you go. Yes, there you go, big boy. There he is. Guys, everyone say hello to the boy. He's made it. Hi, baby. Boys. Kissed on the nose, very ledgy. Guys, everyone say hello to the boy. He wants dinner. And unfortunately, that's not on the cards for him, so he's gonna eat my headphones. Okay. Okay. So, the Pomodoro is being really fucking homophobic. So, I know we're at 4. And we're just getting fucking robbed. So I took manual fucking tick marks this time. Hello, cat. Everybody, I hope. Everybody told Jovi he's a pretty boy. Everybody told Jovi he's the prettiest boy ever. Okay. So I'm... Hi, Capri. I'm probably gonna get started on working again. I think I have a concept of what I want to do. I think I know what I'm gonna do for this project. It just might be a bit of a narrow argument, but I no longer give a shit. I just want to be done. So I'm gonna start our timer because I'm interested in getting back to work. See, why couldn't you do your schedule writing while I was doing my co-working stream? We could have hung out together. This sucks. This is homophobic, honestly. Wow, I can play... Discord is saying that I can play Fortnite for 15 minutes to unlock an avatar decoration, but unfortunately I would never play Fortnite ever. I'm sure you didn't get out at 4 because when do you ever get out at 4? It's true though. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer because I think I want to lock in so I can start working on this idea I have. I will see you guys in a little bit.
Attention, we are being followed. Shall I dispatch the welcoming drones?
Welcome to your next break block. I hope you were productive. Get your own cat, Tim. I'm trying to convince you to get a cat anyways. Just get a cat. And you don't have to miss cat. There's always cat at home. There can always be cat at home. If you adopt one, there's cat at home. Tim, I think you need a cat. I see. It's a great argument. Here's the thing. Cats are great. Cats are fantastic ESAs. I will go with you to go look at cat. I can't promise your cat won't be an asshole, but we can try our best. And maybe you'll get lucky and get a Jovi. We can go around. I will go to shelters with you and look at cats. Cats are great. My mom got a cat last week, and all I've been getting is nonstop pictures of this really cute old cat that's like cuddly and adorable and nice. And so I just think everyone needs a cat. Emotional damage is blunter when there's a cat involved. I think cats solve everything. You know? Problems at work? Get a cat. Depression? Get a cat. Anxiety? Get a cat. No cat? Get a cat. It solves your problem of not having a cat. I think everyone should get a cat, multiple cats. Here's the thing. Everybody gets a cat. No more cats in shelters. And everybody has a cat. Net benefit, right? Happy cats, happy people. And I say this as somebody who is in fact allergic to the cat that she owns. I'm allergic to cats, but I decided that for my mental health, I needed one. And therefore I have this little thing that bites me periodically, but it's also very cute, and I love him. He's the best. I love him. He just gets a little nippy because it's dinner time, but I do love him dearly. I just wish he would not bite me when I'm trying to do my homework. But you know what? You can't win everywhere. Sometimes you get a cat that'll bite you when you're doing homework, but that cat that bites you when you're doing homework might also be the same cat that sleeps lovely in your lap all the time, all day. He's a good boy. There's cat hair everywhere, in case you're wondering why I'm scratching my fucking nose all the time. He like aerated like thousands of pieces of fur straight into my fucking nostrils when he was sitting up there. So I was giving him such a furious scritching. And then he repaid me with a firm bite to my left shoulder, which I think is kind of rude, honestly. that was the end of our timer. Unfortunate. I love a little breaky break as much as the next person. Also, this Pomodoro keeps fucking yeeting our shit. What's wrong with this? I've been manually counting and it hates us. Because that was our 5th. We're going crazy, dude. We've been doing so many pomos today. Guys, I want sushi so bad. Hold on, I'm checking when the Steam sale ends for all the besties. That's the sound of the Steam sale. Yeah, it is 10 a.m. Pacific. Sorry. There's many things that are also being managed on the side. We've had some stuff going on at work, so I'm also checking on some messages, making sure everything's okay. But yeah, I crave financial irresponsibility right now so bad. I so desperately want to eat dinner that isn't at this house, but it's okay. I'm gonna be good. I'm poor. I have no money. Should not do that. Because I don't get paid until the middle of next month again, as usual. Yeah, let me check my finances real quick. Thank you for the hydrate, Toasty. Yeah. I never. No, I should not. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. All of a sudden, I had a moment where I was like, "What are my financials?" We're good. I'm figured. Thank you for the hydrate. I will take that right now. Thank you for the stretch. I'm only going to stretch on one side because I'm tattooed on this side. So I can stretch this shoulder specifically. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that angle. That was not an angle that I think most people's shoulders are supposed to go. Leave me alone. Okay. we're gonna get started again. We're gonna get back to it. I'm close, but I'm not written. I'm just close. I feel like I'm getting conceptually closer, but that doesn't mean I'm done, if that makes sense. It's just like I'm getting closer. Okay, we're gonna do it. Okay, that was the end of our next pomo, or our last pomo. So we are going to start our next break. I'm getting to the point where I don't know how much longer I'm going to go, because I'm fiending for a longer break. And I'm gonna work on it again later in the night, but I'm thinking I might want to take a longer break and then come back at it in an hour or two. So I may unstream, I'm not sure yet. It's between ending stream now and doing one more pomo and ending after. But I might end now since we are gonna be doing more work tomorrow. So that will be that. I'm not getting away from you guys for that long. I do have more work to do, so I'm just thinking I might need to take a bit of a break, come back at it. So I'm like getting close, but I'm starting to slow down cognitively a little bit. It's also been a long day because I did get tattooed, but I have no choice. I do need to get this done. It's just... I think I'm kind of deciding. I think I'm going to take this break and then I will say goodbye to you guys. And we will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. PST. So in not that many hours for me to keep working. I just think I need a little bit of a break for the second. There's been a lot going on. I need some more food. I need some rest. So I will take a longer break and then I'm probably going to be personally working a little bit later, but not on stream. It'll be private. There's just been a lot going on socially, so I'm getting a lot of things. And I'm like, you know what? I think I could take a break and chill out a little bit and then come back at it with a fresher mind. I think part of knowing when to work, or hi buddy. I think part of working and doing stuff like this is knowing when to take a longer break and when to stop for a little bit and give yourself a bit of a mind refresh. So I think I might do that. Been a long day. I'm getting a huge headache actually, so. And this cat really needs to be fed or else he's going to eat me. I don't know if I did that hydrate, so I'm going to do it again. Everyone can use a little water anyways. Well, that does make my head feel a little better. I feel like I'm just kind of spinning out cognitively. Not that I'm not getting stuff done, but there's a particular problem that I'm trying to think about. Thank you for the posture check. My posture is pretty good. There's also a cat in my lap, so I can't posture check too hard. You can't see him, but he's right here. Hi, Bubs. He's debating. He's very upset that he's not getting fed. I'm also debating what to have for dinner. Yeah, little guy. He's fussing. I know, he's making me shrimp. What am I supposed to do? He's sitting in my lap. I can't move. I'm not that shrimped. I just kind of look like a hunchback because we sit at our desks for so long. It's not that bad, I promise. Okay, cat. Yes, yes. Cat desperately wants me to end stream so that he can be fed. That hurts. Don't do that. He bit me. He's really hungry. So, anyways, I hope you guys had a good work session for however long you tuned in. However much you could get done. Even getting a little bit done is better than getting nothing done. I wanted to get a little bit more done, but also this is a very non-linear problem as it is. So it's not like I can just keep grinding. I just need to take a break cognitively, come back to it. I'm getting close. I'm having an idea. But I need to wrap my head around a few things that I want to decide. But I have some time. I'm working on it. We're good. Okay. It looks like the end of our timer. And with that, I hope you had a great study session or a great whatever session, whatever it was for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for also the 290. We hit 290 today, which is really exciting. Besides that, I will see you guys very, very soon. Gonna be doing more. Gonna be getting back to the grind tomorrow, so do not fear, you will not miss me for too long. And there's somebody else in this category that I'm looking at. Yeah, I think I want to join. I think I want to raid into this person's chat. So we're gonna raid into somebody else who's also co-working. I don't know this person, but that doesn't mean we can't be awesome and treat them with lots of love in our raid. And bring the good, productive vibes to them. Thank you guys for being here again. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.